Hello, everybody, and welcome to another ranked draft here on the channel, playing some more of the Spark, trying to climb, and learning a lot in the process. Before I dive into the draft, I do want to remind you that if you enjoy the video, be sure to hit that thumbs up and subscribe to the channel to get updates whenever I post new content. If this video gets to 50 thumbs up, I will post another video tomorrow. So if you want to see more content and help the channel out at the same time, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. And also, if you have any comments at all, be sure to leave those in the comment section down below. And finally, if you do want to support the channel even further and get access to exclusive bonus content, be sure to check out the Patreon page over at patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. You'll get a shout out and all sorts of other cool benefits according to your tier. So without further ado, let's get into the draft. We're still trying to crack the code on this ranked draft experience. I have not had the greatest of success, but I am feeling good, and we opened up a strong rare, so things are looking optimistic. Red-blue is a great color combination in this format, and Ral Storm's Conduit is really powerful. He's really hard to kill, fixes your draws, and copying spells like Jaya's Greeting is very good. The rest of this pack is also quite solid. Jaya's Greeting is one of the best commons. Rescuer Sphinx is a very strong uncommon, and I would definitely take it over most commons. I think even over Jaya's Greeting, just because resetting your own things is quite powerful. But I think we're just going to take the Ral Storm's Conduit here. It's very splashable off of a Guild Globe, and if we don't have to splash, then it means we're in like the best color combination. Pick 2, pretty clear in my opinion. Aven Eternal is a very strong blue card. I think Lazotep Plating is like okay, but it's not my favorite card. If your opponent ever sees it, like with a I guess you can try to counter a discard spell, but a lot of the time you won't be able to, and your opponent can play. If they ever see this, they can play around it, like if you flip it off an Augur of Bolas or something. And also, it's just kind of a low impact card if your opponent doesn't cast a removal spell. But it's okay. It's kind of like, but I don't like Bolt Bend. Bolt Bend is just very situational, and a lot of the time doesn't do what you need it to do. But Aven Eternal is an excellent card, and it fits with the Ral Storm's Conduit plan. And we're just going to follow this up with another Aven Eternal. There's some okay uncommon. There's some good uncommons here. I'm not going to say okay. They're both good. Vizier, the Scorpion's good, and Jiangyangu. But I really love flyers in this format, and I'm also trying to just stick to blue, keep myself in a open combination that can play Ral. So I could even play like blue-black potentially, and then use a Guild Globe to splash Ral. But I'm not giving up on the fact that I could potentially just play straight up red-blue. Okie doke. Now a Spark Harvest. We might end up doing exactly what I just described and try to splash Ral off of like 2 or 3 Guild Globes. But Spark Harvest is a very powerful removal spell. There's nothing else in this pack that's even close to it in power level, so we're just going to snag that one for ourselves. Okay, now the best card in the pack is Tybalt's Rager. We're moving back towards a red-blue deck. We could just ignore the Spark Harvest. We could also just splash a Spark Harvest, just not get the double-colored part, and just have to sacrifice a creature, which isn't as good. There's also a Spellkeeper Weird, but I don't love Spellkeeper Weird as much. Storm the Citadel is not very good in my opinion. I tried to play a deck around it, but I mean, I didn't get a ton of evidence because I didn't really get to play the deck out very well because I mulliganed a lot with it, but it didn't perform very well. There's just nothing really that generates multiple bodies for one card other than Lazotep Reaver, so you can't get a ton of extra value out of the Storm the Citadel. Spellkeeper Weird is an interesting idea to just stay in blue and potentially blue-black because this does combo well with Aid the Fallen, but we're just going to take the Tybalt's Rager here and maybe segue back into red-blue. You can usually get the Spellkeeper Weirds later if you need them. Ashiok Skulker. Maybe that's just the pick. It's just a fine option. I don't like Teferi's Time Twist. Let's just take the Skulker. I know I'm playing blue at this point, and it's a safe pick. And a Guild Globe. Guild Globe helps me splash, and pretty much taking that over Totally Lost every day of the week, so not even a close pick here. Wow, there's still a Tybalt here. We're just going to take the Tybalt here and probably just commit to red-blue at this point. Tybalt is just incredible. The fact that we're getting one so late is a nice little signal that red is open, and yeah, this card should never be going this late. Super good card. And now Stealth Mission came back. We could just be one of those cheesy decks that just goes all in on a Tybalt's Rager on turn 2. I'm not a huge fan of that, but other things in the pack are like Salmon Sprint, and I think Stealth Mission's a little bit better than that. And now Bolt Bend. Maybe if we do go all in, we can really get him. Blind Blast, I think. Chain Whip Cyclops is at least a creature. We're not ever playing Blind Blast. There's just not enough 1-toughness stuff running around. Goblin Assault Team is like an unplayable card. Yeah. Okay, I'm liking where this deck is. I'm liking it. I'm feeling good. And another Aven Eternal. I think Jace's Triumph is a fine card. It's a nice little spell if you do have stuff like Ral to copy it. But I think Aven Eternal is just so good because it just puts a flyer into play, it gets you a 1/1 on the ground as well, and it's just the type of card that we really want in this style of deck. These 5-drops are a little bit questionable whether we'll play them, but Aven Eternal is 100% making the deck. Windmill Slam over the Jace's Triumph. The rest of this pack, I do want to say Dreadhorde Butcher is like okay if you're a red-black deck, but don't like prioritize it and like don't treat it as a bomb rare, because it's like good in that black-red deck if you can get it on turn 2 on the play. But other than that, it's just been pretty medium. And now another great pick for us. Kazmina is one of the best uncommons for this deck, for any blue deck really. You might be tempted by Invade the City. You're like, wow, I'm a red-blue deck, but it's hard to build around this card, and even in our specific deck, we don't really have a ton of instants and sorceries, so I don't think it's even good in our deck. And usually most of the time you're getting like 3 counters tops a lot of the time, so it's not even very good in most decks. Tammy's Epiphany is a card I wouldn't mind having a copy of, but we're just going to take the Kazmina here. And now Chandra's Triumph, I think, is marginally better than Jaya's Greeting, just because it can hit Planeswalkers, even though you don't get that Scry. It's just hitting Planeswalkers can be very relevant. And I wouldn't mind Chandra's Triumph, Jaya's Greeting, or Burning Prophet, but unfortunately we just have to take a Chandra's Triumph, which is still a very good card that I'm happy to get. Now we can either take Contentious Plan, which works well with Tibalt, works well with Kazmina, works well with Ral, and works well with the Aven Eternals. Or we could take an Erratic Visionary or a Spellkeeper Weird. I'm just going to take the Contentious Plan because it works so well with a lot of my cards. We'll only run 1 copy, but that 1 copy is going to be pretty good. I'm seeing a lot of late black cards, but I think we're going to take the No Escape. Just a nice little counter spell. I think it's better than the Samet Sprint in most decks. Iron Bully's kind of tempting here. Ashiok Skulker is the only other card that's playable. We already have one, so we'll just take the Iron Bully. And now Honor the God Pharaoh. In more spell-centric decks, Honor the God Pharaoh is good, but I don't think we're a very spell-centric deck. We're more of a just play creatures deck. So we'll start with that in the sideboard. And now we're just going to take uncommons to get closer to opening the vault. Lazarus Blading came back. That's interesting. We'll take that and play it, probably. Just as a counter spell, kind of. I guess we'll take the Samus Sprint. Goblin Assault seems unplayable, in my opinion. The uncommon taking strategy. And now we'll get a Blind Blast. Demolish. The on-color. Last big Rally of Wings. Let's go. Well, we got another Planeswalker. There's a Nahiri here. Pretty much just kills a creature straight up. It's a double red card, essentially, in our deck. But I kind of just want to take another Aven Eternal. Aven Eternal is just so powerful. And Nahiri is pretty much like a one-use only removal spell. The first strike is not super relevant, especially in my deck where I'm winning with a lot of flyers. And overall, I just think Aven Eternal is a little bit of a better card. Because a lot of the time, the way the Nahiri plays out is your opponent just won't tap any of their creatures. They'll just, like, you'll get one guy with the Nahiri, and then after that, they'll just wait until they can kill the Nahiri in one fell swoop. So, yeah, and also we have a lot of flyers which don't protect Nahiri all that well. So we're just going to keep taking these flyers. Jaya, Venerated Fire Mage, a great Planeswalker here. Works well with the Chandra's Triumph, the Tibalt Rager, the Tibalt himself. Not really the Ral, but all of our red cards pretty much, because we're not really playing that guy or the Ashiok Skulker. Pretty much all of our red cards work well with Jaya. There's also a Callous Dismissal, though, which is a card I really do like a ton. Just the cheap interaction. We're just going to take the Jaya, though. Jaya is just so good. Shoots down creatures. And now we can pick up a Jace's Triumph. There's also a Sky Theater Strix, which I wouldn't mind, but there's some chance that wheels. And getting a little bit of card draw in this deck is pretty nice. We have a lot of flyers and a lot of kind of controlling elements, so we can be more of a late game deck, and card draw is good in that type of deck. Heartfire. Do we want Heartfire? I don't think we want Heartfire. Let's see. Well, I guess we have a lot of things that make like random 1/1s. Heartfire is just pretty good. Solid removal. It's much better than Erratic Visionary. Yeah, we'll just take it. And now we can take Raging Crunch. It's a great blocker on the ground. Holds the fort down really well. Burning Prophet is perfect for this deck. The exact 2-drop I would have requested if I could get anything. And now we'll just get a Totally Lost. Some removal for anything, essentially. So we can take Honor the God Pharaoh. We already have one, though, that we're not even playing right now. I'm just going to take the Wall of Runes. I think Wall of Runes is actually good in this deck. We have 4 Aven Eternals to win in the skies, so we don't really need to win on the ground. And now we can take a Dam Breaker as like our one expensive card. Works so well with all of our Planeswalkers. Sure, we'll take an uncommon. Invading Manticore, we don't want that. We already have some expensive cards. Yeah, Catharsis is good in some decks, but not really this one. We have some Planeswalkers, so we can afford to go late in some decks, even though copying with Ral is kind of funny. Okay. So, this is our deck right now. We are going to want to add one more card. I could see that being Honor the God Pharaoh, but we do have a lot of 3s already. Let's try to add something a little bit more expensive. We could add the Invading Manticore. We could add Chain Whip Cyclops. We could add a Stealth Mission. I'm thinking I'm going to cut the Guild Globe because we are just a 2-color deck. Let's just add some more expensive stuff. Guild Globe is still okay in a 2-color deck, but it's not ideal. We could play a Stealth Mission instead of this Chain Whip Cyclops. I kind of like that idea. Okie doke. Actually, instead of Invading Manticore, let's play the Skulker. I don't like running too many 6-drops in this format. I've just gotten run over too many times. Burned one too many times. We could run a Samet Sprint instead of this Ashiok Skulker. Let's just do that. Let's just try to run a very speedy deck, a very powerful deck, and not run any clunkers. Samet Sprint is not an ideal card by any stretch of the imagination, but it's still a very, it's like at least a fast card. It's not a slow card. We already have a decent amount of slow cards, and this hand is ideal. This hand has so many cards that work well with the Jaya. And the Burning... I'm sorry if I'm brushing my nose a lot. My cat was sitting on me earlier, and just cat hairs everywhere. Okay, if this proves to be a green deck, maybe a green-white deck, we might just go all in on this Stealth Mission. Green-blue. Okay, so there's Callous Dismissal in the air. We'll keep that on top. This is a pretty clear not Tybalt, because we can get the second counter off of it. We get a Scry out of the deal, and yeah, it works really well with this Jaya if we can curve into that. And we have 2 removal spells we can play next turn. Oh gosh, this is so good. So we are just gonna go for the optimal mana play right now, which is Heartfire kills this. Sacrificing the Tybalt. Even though we could... I guess it doesn't really do anything. Never mind. We'll keep that on top so we can play the Jaya next turn, because Jaya works so well with all the guys we have. Because these tokens not only deal 2 damage, but they deal 2 more when they die. Now that we have the Jaya coming next turn. Oh my gosh. My opponent is like giving me the win. Finally, some victories in best of 1. I'm very confident we're going to win this game. Like, I'm like unbelievably confident. Some might even call it an arrogance level of confidence. Jesus. I'm going to go shake my head or something. The joys of having a cat, eh? Okay, that's game. Don't really need that. This is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sure. I think this is just lethal. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that's game. Boom! Let's go! We have a blue-red deck, and we're just going to go all the way. I feel it. I feel it in my fingers. I feel it in my toes. We're just going to keep the deck as is. Cat. You're not allowed to leave the room without me. She's old, so she sometimes does stuff around the house that she's not supposed to. And so she's got to be supervised. That means more cat hair. You know how it is. Cats are fun, though. This is the cat I was talking about earlier. Her name is Sasha. Say hello to YouTube, Sasha. I think this is probably her first appearance on YouTube. Big deal in a cat's life. Okay, on the draw, we're going to keep this hand. We got turn 2 Chandra's Triumph. We got a Casmina on turn 4 if we draw an island. The old Bond of Flourishing. Well, that doesn't die to Chandra's Triumph. Maybe their 3-drop will. It does. Let's just kill it. Oh, man. We really needed an island for this hand to come together. They're also living that monocolored lifestyle. We're actually just going to cast this so we can scry. Because if we don't draw an island, we're such big trouble. Yeah, we have to put that on the bottom. I swear I put that on the bottom. But we lose. It was a nice effort. We tried. We tried so hard, but it was all for nothing, because in the end it didn't even matter. How many blue stores did we run? Is it 9 or 8? We probably run 9, I'm guessing. Let's take out the Centaur Nurturer. This has trample. Let's ping this thing off. Finish it. Oh. Yeah, we have 9. That feeling where you salmon sprint your opponent's creature to scry. Feels bad, man. Funnily enough, if Salmon Sprint had been a Guild Globe, that might have ended better for us. Okay, this hand is great. I've broken the format. Wall of Runes is the key to success. I haven't even cast it yet, and I'm already just imagining it blanking my opponent's 3-drop. I immediately thought of every 3-drop that it doesn't blank. I was like, yeah, the 2/2 Death Touch, it doesn't blank. The Arlen's Wolf that doesn't care about 0/4s, it doesn't blank. But it does block a lot of 2-drops, and all I need to do is get my Aven Eternal online and running. Because I'm an Aven Eternal factory. I just have 4 copies of this bad boy. Take to the sky. Reach for the sky. That's what Woody says in Toy Story. Good boy, Seamus. My dog just walked in. I can't show him on the camera, unfortunately. But he's a cute dog, too. Maybe my opponent won't show up. 3 rounds in, still no Ral, still no, Don't I have another Planeswalker? feel like I have another planeswalker. Oh no! Oh, I have drawn Kazmina. Never mind. But don't worry, Ral will come in the later rounds when we really need him. Let's get this scrying action. Don't want another island right now. We already have 3 lands lined up and a blue source already. That's actually a fine draw. Against a white deck, this guy does blink a lot of cards. Oh yeah, get owned, Pouncing Lynx. Completely and utterly. Turn late, Tybalt's Rager. I'm disappointed in you, but we'll just double spell it next turn. Wow. All of the 3 drops that it blanks, and we're getting them all. We're just going to hold up the last plating here. Because next turn we can play Jace's Triumph. Maybe draw a land and hold it up. Because we can't cast anything if we draw 2 off this anyway. So he'll attack with his Elite Guard Mage if I do that. Let's just wait. Be patient. We don't want to trade this for a 2-1. Patience is the name of the game here for us. Now we need to find our Totally Lost. Or another Aven Eternal. That would also be fine. Okay, we will play our Raging Crunch. No point in playing Tybalt. It's just going to get killed by the Guard Mage after making 1 token. Similar thing with the Kazmina. Though we'll probably still play the Kazmina next turn. Oh, this is a nightmare. Oh, this Elite Guard Mage is going to be a huge problem. We need to find our Totally Lost ASAP. Oh-ho. Please no counterspell. Yes, let's go. Land me. Not that type of land. We're gonna get rid of that guy. This is a really bad series of trades for us. But it clears up the board for our Dam Breaker soon. Because this will block here, this will block here. Oh, this is going to be a tricky game.
My schemes are ruined.
Okay, okay, we're making progress here. Now we have a second flyer. attacks. It's going to be a battle in the air. So if he finds a non-creature spell to buff up his elite guard mage, could be a problem. He has one card left. Is it a non-creature or removal spell? This is a very interesting attack from him. I think we might surprise him here. And we're going to go block, 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 block. So he'll kill both of our guys, and we'll either kill this, or we'll kill this, and ping this guy for one. Wow, Gideon sacrifice. That's the first time I've ever seen that card cast. Could we have literally just drawn a, like, non-mountain there? Like an island, so that if we draw another Aven Eternal, we can come back into the game? It's just annoying. It's like, can't catch a break. I have only 8 mountains in the deck. There's only 2 left in my 22 card deck. Because now if I draw Aven Eternal, I still can't, like, double Aven Eternal. Like, or Aven Eternal Stealth Mission. I need Totally Lost is what I need. Well, that island's a little bit late. How do I win this game? Let's think. I have Ral. That's how I'm going to win the game. I'm going to save my Stealth Mission, and I'm going to draw Ral. And then Ral is going to win me the game. By Stealth Missioning this and this, hitting him for 7-13. That's not enough. Running Ashiok, they're just gonna kill me with damage before that. Well, there go all my outs. Not all of them, but a lot of my good cards.
Your nightmares remain.
Okay, so now we need to draw our Ral, so we can copy this and make it a 6/6.
Nice work out there.
This has been a nightmare.
Ral is still in the game. Well, that's good enough. That is good enough. Now Ashiok's gone. It's unblockable this turn, so. Actually, it's not good enough because he has the War Screecher. Wow, he didn't pump it. That's shocking. Okay, we have 9 cards in our deck. One of them is Ral. There's 8 lands here. 1, 2, 3. My opponent milled 3 lands? No. So that means there's a lot of lands in there. We can't block or he'll just pump. Dang it, there are a lot of lands in there. Yep. Oh, man. Oh, that's brutal. Am I really going to go 1 and 3 again? Back to back? I feel like my deck is good. I don't know. I feel like this is the exact same type of deck I would have in a... Let's make one change. Help our mana out a little bit. I think this is like the exact type of deck I would have in a normal best of 3. I think the thing is when you play single elimination or best of 1, there's a lot more variance involved because, say, for example, let's just throw out numbers. Say I'm like a 60% win rate or something like that. Like I'll win 60% of the games. If I'm playing best of 3, then that gets multiplied because I have to lose 2 games, which is even less likely. But if I'm playing, oh, this hand is unbelievable. Jeez. But if I'm playing best of 1, it's much more likely that I could possibly just lose a couple games in a row. Keeping lands on top for sure. And we don't need that. We would rather just make sure we cast this on turn 4. The important thing is to not get disheartened. I feel myself getting disheartened a little bit. But I'm going to make sure I don't end up disheartened. We're going to want to kill the War Screecher at some point anyway. Wow. That was a catastrophe. Not like a literal catastrophe. More of a figurative catastrophe. We're going to just start Ral ticking up. It's so brutal to play against. Sure.
What would you risk to beat me? Guildmage, Planeswalker,
Keep that on top.
Genius Inventor? I got it all.
Please no Vraska's finisher.
Nothing feels broken.
Thank goodness.
Eureka!
We can't cast that.
Totally unrelated.
No blocks.
That tickled.
Try.
I know exactly what to
We'll keep that on top. That's an incredible one. Make this a 3/3. So it can block the War Screecher. Yikes. Okay. We're okay with that. We can totally lost it.
Ow! Good aim.
So we can copy it.
It's easy. Quantum particles, blah blah blah, and then you die.
We want the copy to hit the War Screecher. Actually, no. Don't want to land. Yeah, we do want to target the Teo's Light Shield first. That's what I meant. So we put the Teo's Light Shield trigger on the stack first so that he has to draw the Teo's Light Shield first. Perfect. Because that card's way more useless. Because it can't attack my Rouse Eric.
Danger only makes field research.
We get another
more
scry out of this Tybalt. Boom! And we get the W. Whew. Let's go. Gotta stay positive. Gotta have a good attitude. Gotta focus up and win games. We got this. We have got this. We've got 2 losses. I don't care. We got this. We have a very good deck. And we will play well and get rewarded. The variance cannot last forever. We're keeping. On the draw, this is a very good hand. We have a 2-drop and a Chandra's Triumph and a No Escape, which we can start holding up alongside the Chandra's Triumph. Hitting a land is pretty good there. So we're going to play the Tybalt's Rager here. And then we'll just start holding up our stuff. Don't want to go for the stealth mission too early. That is not ideal.
This battlefield, looking to elevate yourself. Perhaps a pair of stilts?
Just get this wall of runes down, I guess. So we can potentially hit a land easier. I would have ideally been able to discard that to Kazmina, but sure. He will mill us.
Nightmares are the
Turns out that this guy didn't do anything anyway. Well, that was brutal. He just milled my 2 best cards, probably Tybalt and Ral. But after one more mill, we will get him with Chandra's Triumph. Come on, I just need a land to play Kazmina. It's all I want. It's all I want, it's all I need. And my opponent's mana screwed as well. And his planeswalkers are going to be useless soon. Wow, he keeps milling like 2 spells and then 2 lands. 2 spells, 2 lands. Wow, I'm so sad that Ral is gone. I miss you, Ral. You were so shortly in this world. Ooh, they put it on top. Nice. So we're going to save our Chandra's Triumph. Let's kill the Dovin. We don't care about this mill. We have complete board control. We just want to be able to cast our instants and stuff. There's even an argument for, oh my gosh, he's just milled a lot of non-lands, so we're gonna have a very thin deck. Okay, Kazmina, sure. Give me a land here, I beg of you, deck. I beg of you. Yes. Yes. So now we can... kill this thing. Attack. Kill the Casmina. And chip on that. Just give ourselves just a tad more time.
It is I who has learned a lesson.
Too real for me.
Their second color is black. That's bad. That probably means they have Aid the Fallen. Sure. Let's go, Casmina.
Press me, and I may offer my guidance. We are the future.
Get rid of stealth mission. For one and something else, yeah, we're just gonna make sure we optimize damage to face. If they want to kill this after already putting a removal spell into it, we're fine with that.
I'll return.
That's a little bit annoying. We'll just kill it next turn, though.
I wonder what you fear most, little This.
We have complete board control right now.
My victory was but a dream.
Jeez.
Relent.
So I mill. So he's gonna mill me for 4. We can't afford to do that. We can't afford to cast Contentious Plane either.
You. I aspired for more.
No! That is so brutal.
Scream. Surrender your agony to me.
This guy has like the god tier mill deck here.
I've lost
Doesn't even need more than 3 lands to just wreck me. Wow, there was that one turn where I killed the Dovin instead of the Ashiok, and that just destroyed me. How was I supposed to know? I thought that was just like a smart play because I had 20 cards in my deck at that point. Oh my gosh. And that lost me the game. We'll go out.
My students are loyal geniuses.
Oh man. I was like, we don't need to worry about our deck size, and then he just Teferi'd his flickered in. Oh my gosh. Well. that is going to do it for this draft video. I really do hope you enjoyed it, even though we didn't even get a 50-50 record. Still reeling from the shock of that loss. If you made it all the way to the end of the video, in the comment section down below, type #MilledOut. Yeah, that'll let me know you made it all the way to the end of the video. Remember to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel to get updates whenever I post new content. Leave a comment in the comment section down below if you have any questions or had any plays you would have done differently. I'm really open to feedback because, yeah, I want to get some wins, and it's really frustrating to just get wrecked. And also, if you, I do want to give a special shout out to all of my supporters over on Patreon.com. Patreon is a great way for people to give back to the people that have added a little value to their lives, and I really appreciate all the people that have supported me over on Patreon. So thank you for that. That's going to do it for this draft video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you next time.